How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles back with another video. So today I wanted to talk about a subject, something I've been weighing back and forth in my brain, and I just wanted to talk about it, so let's get into it. So when it comes to buying action figures, we have domestic figures, we have import figures, but I really feel like the gap between the quality of an import and a domestic is closing. We've got companies like Jaded Toys, even some Hasbro releases are pretty high quality compared to their import counterparts. We've got Jada Street Fighter, we've got Storm Arena Street Fighter, and there's some differences, but they're negligible as far as the consistency and quality. The prices are neck and neck. And then you get to something like the SH Figuarts Game Reverse Spider-Man, which we just saw solicitations and promos and all that stuff of this figure, and you start to look at it and you're like, if I'm buying this in the US or another country other than like Japan or whatever, you get a more reasonable price. But you're talking about like the domestic release, which is America, Canada, everywhere else where you have to pay that import fee. It is $100 for that figure, and we're seeing these pictures and the quality just doesn't seem to be there. There's lack of paint, lack of shading, lack of accessories. The plastic looks cheap based on some people's Cyclops' review. It's like the plastic will probably feel the same, and then we just get scale differences and all this stuff that Hasbro has pretty much nailed with their Maximum Spider-Man release. The scaling is great, the proportions are great as far as like a basic Spider-Man to stand in for most things, and the SH Figuarts one is a good representation of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Spider-Man, but that's about it. Especially for that price, it's like we have cheaper options. You can just do some head swaps and have essentially the same Spider-Man on your shelf already for much cheaper with actually more accessories, which is kind of crazy. And then you get to like Moth-X, who has been pushing back releases. We've been waiting a long time for certain things, and the Moth-X Rogue just released. And in my opinion, that Moth-X Rogue looks like an upgraded Toy Biz figure. We get 3 head sculpts, but the hair on them is exactly the same. The differences are negligible. The only accessories are hands, gloved hands and non-gloved hands. And that's really it. And you're paying $100 for that. And people were waiting a year and a half because it kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. Meanwhile, we have multiple options from Legends for Rogue, which none of them are perfect, but for the price and what you get, it's about the same quality. And Moth-X is a company that's been floundering for a while, I think. They do some really solid releases, but the time it takes to get a release, and then by the time it releases, do people still want it? All these other factors kind of start to pile in, and it's like, why am I going to pay an arm and a leg for a figure when it's already expensive as hell to buy a domestic figure? Not to mention gas prices and all the other stuff that's happening right now, which is just completely blowing people's budgets, understandably. And you get these figures in hand, and then you compare it to, like, I'm just using Hasbro as an example, not because y'all know how I feel about Hasbro. Do I buy their stuff? Yes. Do I like it? No. Do they have some solid figures? Absolutely. But you compare the Moth-X Spider-Man to the Maximum Spider-Man, and the plastic, you hold the Maximum Spider-Man, you don't feel like you're going to break it. And I'm not saying the Moth-X one is brittle or cheaply made or whatever, but the articulation scheme, the way that it's built, the way that it's engineered, the plastic that they use, the way the limbs are connected and all that stuff, it just feels like if you pose it the wrong way, you're going to snap it. Meanwhile, you could throw that Maximum Spider-Man against a wall, a brick wall, and it would be fine, maybe a little scuffed. So we're really reaching a tipping point when it comes to domestic and import releases and the prices and what we're getting for it, because with everything being so expensive, with the prices of domestic figures going up, with the price of everything going up, we have to be more conscious of the decisions that we make. And it leads to a lot more self-reflection on what you need and what you want for your collection and what is actually important to you. And for me, as you can see, I've got a lot of stuff behind me. So for me at this point, it's just filling in the gaps. I don't need every wave. I don't need every release. It's just the ones I really want, the ones that really speak to me, the figures that I think will bring me the most joy. Because if you're not getting joy out of it, if you're buying a $100 import figure and you're opening it and you're like, man, this sucks, that's terrible. That shouldn't be the feeling. You should be happy with every purchase that you make. And for anyone who wants these figures, for anyone who likes these figures, this is just my opinion. I'm not hating on you. I'm not saying, oh, you wasted your money. What I'm saying is the differences between a domestic and an import figure, to some degree at this point, are negligible. The main difference and the key factor here is price. And if we accept horrible releases for exorbitant prices just because it's the only one we've gotten from that retailer, or it's the only one we're going to get for a while, and I'm guilty of this, they're going to continue to do that. As consumers, we can only speak with our wallets. That means not supporting companies that support horrible agendas. That means not supporting subpar releases and just buying every figure out of the blue because we need it, which, like, I'm guilty of. I'm trying to step away from that. Like, that Marvel Legends Red She-Hulk really upset me. Like, I knew exactly what I was getting into, and it's just getting it in the hand, it just made it that much worse. I'm like, I paid money for this. A 7-year-old body mold, because it came out in what, 2015, 2016? I don't know. It's old. It's old. It's got pins when they have the brand new She-Hulk bucks. So you've really got to start making these decisions as a collector. What is going to bring me joy and what is going to impact my wallet and my state of well-being less, as far as cost, mental health, all that kind of stuff. It's like, why am I giving myself FOMO on a figure that I don't even like? Why are people doing that? And it's because we're in this echo chamber where people will put their views over getting something that they want or something that they like. Like, if you want to be the first one out to get a figure, you're paying extra money to get that figure out. Good for you. Get those views. But you're setting a bad example for everyone else, for people who are on the fence and thinking, oh, I need this because everyone else has it, or this seems like a great investment of money, when you should just think about it more. I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm just saying don't get a figure because everyone else is getting it. Don't support a brand just because everyone else supports them. SH Figuarts has been falling off, just like Mofex. The quality's gone down, the builds have gone down, the re-releases, reissues, all this stuff. They've just been pumping stuff out. All the while, prices keep going up. And that's the same for the domestic side. But what I will say is supporting a company like Jada Toys or even Mattel, who have honestly kept the bar low as far as entry point for price on figures. You're probably getting more for your money's worth. Even Storm Arena, they're an import. But I really think that more import companies like Mofex, SH Figuarts, Revoltech should do more to be cheaper, to have a cheaper window for entry for people. Because if you have good quality, if you have good prices, you're going to get more people in and they're going to stick around. We do see some cheap Dragon Ball releases, but I really think that Storm Arena is the gold standard for import figures and Jada Toys is the gold standard for domestic figures. And those two are competing directly at the same price point. Why can't more companies do that? It's because we continue to buy the stuff that they put out. So if we stop buying it, maybe they will start to rethink what they're doing. And yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. I don't have a review this week. This is my video for Tuesday. I know I have been lacking on content. I've been going through some stuff mentally. The world is crazy. Everything that's going on, it's just led me to think a lot more about what makes me happy. And I gotta speak what I'm feeling. So I wanted to get this video out there. I wanted to give my opinion. I wanted y'all's opinion. So if you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think. If you think that more import companies should try to have a cheaper window for entry, if you don't mind paying the prices, how you feel about Hasbro, Mattel, all that, just let me know. Say how your day is going. Do all that stuff. Like the video, subscribe if you're new here, become a channel member if you want to support the channel. Keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to your local LGBTQ+ community. If you're protesting, be extra super duper safe. I love y'all. I will see you next time, and bye-bye.
return to...
Found a mythical Walmart end cap.
Ah, Morty, you're still watching this crap, isn't this? To review figures and toys and stuff, aren't you a little old for toys? Ah, jeez, Rick, you know, I don't think you should call her a bitch, and I kinda like her videos, so maybe you should shut the up. Q, Morty. Q.